Because Jane was my friend's ex-girlfriend, but she was an ex from high school and he had just graduated college.
What? Are you saying that the friend actually said that you can go and date my ex-girlfriend from high school? He allowed this? Yo, your friend needs to get cut off real quick.
Oh my god.
And today's video is sponsored by the mobile app Monster Legends. So here's what's up. In Monster Legends, you can collect hundreds of different monsters, which evolve and get stronger as you feed them. You can fight in epic multiplayer battles, in live unique adventures, search dungeons, and secure the bag in the form of in-game rewards. Download it with your friends, create a team, and move as a squad. And then you and your team can fight in leagues and wash other teams in battles and wars. You know, real mob mentality. And you can now participate in friendly battles where you can call out someone else on your team and see if they want to pull up and get that smoke. Now for this sponsorship, they actually set me up with an account and had me fight this other huge YouTuber named Arcade Cloud. And best believe your boy washed him. And he's a cool guy, you know, it's no hard feelings. I just had to do it one time for the one time. You feel me? So go check it out. Download the game today. It's one of the best ways you can support me, the Sauce Squad, and the Secret Sauce Society. Use my link in the description. All right, let's get it. So I had gotten a lot of comments like that from my last video. Yo, Don, he gave the green light, you Gucci, bro. I don't get what the problem is. And look, I get it. I thought I was Gucci too, you know, I'm not a slimy. But regardless of what anybody wanted to say, I see now why it was fucked up. But for you to see that, you need to see my history. You gotta understand my background a little bit more clearly. So check this, right? So after I graduated from high school in Florida, I had a decision to make. Either I was gonna go to any of the several universities that I got accepted to, or I was gonna risk it all and go to a community college in California where I would pursue my dream of one day making it to the NBA. You see, out of high school, I was scouted by a few Division II, but mostly Division III colleges. And it was clear to me that if I was gonna make it to the league, I needed to go D1. Well, one of the only ways you can do that if you aren't scouted directly out of high school is to go to a junior college. You play your heart out for a couple years, and then if you're good enough, you stand a chance of being picked up by a D1 university. So that's what I chose to do. Now, as most of you know, I have Caribbean parents, and anyone who knows anything about Caribbean parents knows that all they want is for their kids to be successful. Immigrant parents in general are like that. Doesn't matter if you're from South Africa, Australia, Jamaica, Trinidad, even if you're from a place like the UK, Canada, or the United States of America. If you got immigrant parents, they just want their kids to get a good education so that their kids can live a better life than theirs. Leave me a comment down below if you can feel what I'm saying. So after I got into all these universities, my parents were over the moon, my G. They felt like they did their jobs. So when I roll up on them and hit them with, so I know y'all spent mad money on all those college applications and sacrificed buying things for yourselves so that I could live a more comfortable life and focus on school, but all his life. My mom was like, are you on drugs right now? Did you get hit in the head with a bat, my G? Cause you sound mad dumb right now, my G. You wanna turn down academic scholarships to go and play basketball? But right when all hope was lost and I thought my hoop dreams were about to be snatched from my hand, my dad came in and saved me. He vouched for me. He looked at my mom and was like, hey, listen, I believe in our son. I think he can do anything that he puts his mind to. If he wants to be the next LeBron James, he can do it. However, after a year of playing basketball at the junior college level, my heart just wasn't in it anymore and I decided to stop. This was a decision that my parents weren't thrilled about because I turned down getting into several highly rated universities in Florida just to quit after only a year. It seemed like a waste, you feel me? As a result, my dad, who was paying for the apartment that I lived in, told me that if this was the decision that I was gonna make, then I gotta pay for myself. I wasn't ready for that. He was like,
hold on, Bridget, oh yeah, said to me. After me stick out my good neck for you, Chris. After me tell your mother say you're gonna be the next LeBron James. On the ball is life, youth. No rasta. You want to make grown man decision? A style me, youth? Breed this. have fun paying rent.
I already didn't enjoy going to school, and I was majoring in computer programming, arguably one of the more demanding majors. The idea of doing that while having to work a full-time job was depressing. Luckily, I had made a friend in my computer science class, and let's call him Q. Q saw the position I was in and asked his moms if it would be okay for me to move in with them, where I would stay in his sister's room, who had just moved to Boston to go to college. This was the same house that I wasn't ready to be a dad story happened in. This was more clutch than Jordan in the fourth, you feel me? Because the rent was so cheap that I wouldn't have to work full time. That way I could manage the workload I was getting from school. But 2 years after that, I dropped out of school so that I could make animations on YouTube. But by this time, Q's mom saw me as the black son she never had, and I saw Q as my brother. We were family, still are, but Q's mom had a rule. All the kids in the house, white, black, and everything in between, had to go to school. If we didn't, she was gonna charge rent. So yet again, I ran into a money problem. And if I thought majoring in computer science and working a 9-to-5 was hard, it was nothing compared to trying to get an animation-based YouTube channel off the ground while working a full-time job. I simply wasn't able to do it at the time. Furthermore, Q's mom had her master's degree in nursing and his dad had a PhD in engineering. So to her, the idea of banking everything on making cartoons for YouTube didn't make sense to her. So I didn't feel like my dreams were being supported in the house, even though it was from a place of love. She just knew that I was a straight A kid when I'm focused, and she wanted me to take school seriously, just like my own parents. And that's where David comes in, also a fellow artist, and a friend I had made recently. He saw the vision of what I was trying to do, and his parents were artists as well. Not by trade, but they were artists at heart. And their son was an artist as well, so they saw what I was trying to do too. So yet again, by a stroke of good luck, I made a friend who offered to allow me to live with him and his family for a rent that was so low, it was practically free. So I lived with David and his wonderful family for 4 months. And it was in that 4 months where I was in a supportive environment that I was able to focus on my art and believe in myself enough to make my YouTube channel successful. Do you see where I'm going with this? You could reasonably make the argument that if it wasn't for David and his family, the Young Don the Sauce God YouTube channel wouldn't be what it is today. I mean, it might have never gotten off the ground. That's the guy. That's the guy whose ex-girlfriend I decided to date. And here's what I didn't tell you in the last video. After my YouTube channel blew up, David and I decided that we were gonna move to Austin, Texas together with 340 Ori and a couple other friends. And I had the brilliant idea of telling Jane that she could come. This posed a serious problem for David because David's girlfriend wasn't gonna be cool with that. So David told me I had to choose. I had to choose between him and my new girlfriend. Who do you think I picked? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my new segment, Instagram Shoutouts. Today's winner is Jaden Fura. Hola, isn't that what Hitler called himself?
He needs some milk.
What have I done? Welp, let's hit my boy with a quick follow back and check out his page. Turns out you're a photographer. See, I didn't know what to expect. He just left me a really nice comment, so I picked it randomly, and I guess his last name is Fura. Where are the Jews? I want to take their pictures, yeah, it's very photogenic people. Ah, damn, broski, you nice with the camera, man. I like how you compose your pictures. You can definitely tell you've been doing this for a while. Gotta get some brown mamas in here though, man. I mean, I like me some vanilla, but you gotta diversify the palette, brother. So if you want a chance to win, just go ahead and follow me on Instagram, and before I post a new animation, I'll post a video like this where I'll say leave a comment, win a shout out. Pro tip, nice comments are better. Now, you never know when I'll post these videos, so you're gonna wanna make sure you have on post notifications. All right, Instagram link in the description. And before you go, make sure to go ahead and download that game using the link in my description. Thanks again to Monster Legends for sponsoring this video. And make sure to check out their new feature, Friendly Live Battles. Peace.
Hey, pick up the phone, I wanna go. Can you just hit my line? Baby, just one more time. Yeah, what's the time? Yeah, one more time. Yeah, one more time. Yeah, one more time. Run my line, like one more time. Baby, I just needed time to clear my mind. Girl, I want you all the while, so hit my line. And if you give me one more time, I'll make it mine.